Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Come on in, y'all know what time it is. Yes. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. We got a great lesson on this morning. We got another great lesson. We're going to deal with some things that pertain to the law. A lot of people are still confused about the law, don't understand what law is. So we're going to break a little bread in a few minutes. Come on in. Let's get your worship, get your praise on. Come on. 1, 2, Shema Israel, Yahuwah Eloheinu, Yahuwah Ehad. All we saying is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, He's one Lord. Yes, you can find that in Deuteronomy 6:5. Oh yeah. Israel, 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 yes, once and again, this is the day that Yah has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Come on, get your notebook, get your ink pen, get your voice recorder, get your telephone, call your mama, call your daddy, call your sister, call your brother, call somebody that you love and tell him, hey, the watchman's on. Yes, time to eat. Watchman is on. Yahuwah. The kind and gracious Father, we come before your throne humbly but yet boldly, that we might obtain mercy to find grace to help in this time of need. If there ever was a time that we needed you, Abba Yah, surely that time is right now. Father, we come asking you to touch the ears of your people on this morning. Cause them to hear your voice, to know your name, that you alone art Yah, the creator, the maker, the giver of every good and perfect gift. We will be careful to give you the glory. We give you honor. Why? The praise is already thine. Hallelujah. Yahuwah. Elu Yahuwah. Wow. What an introduction. What an introduction. Man, I just love them sisters. The royal priesthood. Man, I love them. How they put them words together. We simply sing in Deuteronomy the 6th chapter, the 5th verse. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. One Lord he is. But, you can't tell because of how we living in the land done today. Yeah, we got, multiplicity of houses of worship. We have so many places where you can go and fellowship that it's funny. Meaning, the Bible says only one Lord, there's only one faith, there's only one baptism. And if this is the case, then how is it possible that we have so many different denominations, so many different congregations, so many different places to go worship if there's only one Lord? Shabbat shalom to my family, to you, the scattered of Israel. I greet you in the words of shalom, peace and blessings unto you. I was moved in the heart to teach this lesson on today. The enemy busy. He's messing with my apparatuses. Look, I got them all here. Man, I'm trying to deal with all of it at one time, and he's busy. But guess what? One monkey, they say, don't stop no show. So in spite of him touching all my my devices. Look here. We gonna break this word on today. Yeah, he say my people are destroyed because we lack knowledge. You know, a lot of people, we won't research, we won't study, we won't even read. We'll take the word of what someone else is saying, someone else that speaks to us. Let me get this out my ear because I hear an echo. We're uh-oh. See? Wow. Hallelujah. And so, having that in mind, we won't study, we won't read, we won't even go out and get our own lesson plan. But we'll take the word of somebody else. We'll believe everything that they say. When the Father himself told you through the mouth of the witnesses to study, Brother Paul told Timothy to show yourself approved unto who? Not to your pastor, not to the leadership, not to the clergy, not to your mama or your daddy, but it's to prove unto you. Prove yourself worthy, to prove yourself to be found in good standing, capable and able to teach and understand what thou teachest. This is a problem that we are traversed with in the earth on today. I mean, man, you got all kind of denominations: apostolic, Baptist, Methodist, Catholic, Pentecostal. You got Church of Christ, Church of God in Christ. You got the Lutheran. You got a plethora, Seventh-day Adventists of different denominations that's supposed to all derived from the one. And that has become problematic. So I'm not going to waste your time, but we going to get into some study, not a whole lot of it, because I know people's mind drift, hunger pains kick in. You got something else to do. You done left the food on the stove. Pookie needs some money. Yeah, cousin Pookie needs some money. The baby need pampers. The dog need to go out for a walk. So as you began to settle yourself with all those things, let's home our spirit in. I want to cut some throats immediately coming out the gate, man. I gotta chop off that head. Look, God in his sovereignty actively controls all that happens in creation. Everything that happens in creation, Yah, he controls it. And he does so according to the counsel of his own will. In other words, he don't need to go to no shrink, no psychiatrist. He don't need to go to the doctor. Matter of fact, he ain't even asking his son, look, do I need to do anything? He ain't asking nobody, but the Bible decrees and declare that he counsels his own will. You can find that in Ephesians, the first chapter, 11th verse. That's deep. He counsels his own will. Man, that's like, you got 7 cats sitting right there in front of you, and each one of y'all is talking to him. Yeah, we say God is a spirit, and it's the Father, the Son, and Holy Ghost, but he said he counseled his own will: wisdom, knowledge, understanding, might. Wow. Come on. In other words, our Creator has a wise plan for his creation. He works in his creation to bring the plan to pass. He does this to bring his plan to pass. He took creation to bring his plan to pass. But when he created man, and he told man, look, out of everything that is out there in the garden, Adam, man, whatever you want to chill and eat on, go ahead. But that one tree in the midst of the garden, what did he tell him? Thou shalt not eat. Don't touch. Matter of fact, don't even look at it. God had a plan for his creation. Now, this is a decree that he gave to Adam, a commandment. Well, what's a commandment? A commandment is a divine rule. No, it ain't like the one that the judge gives you, or you go to court, or or you go somewhere, your mama give you a decree. Hers is not divine. But if you act up, she might put that thing on there and it might seem like it's divine, but it ain't. Look, because God created the world from nothing, we understand that he is wholly independent. Man, did y'all hear that? Because he created the world from nothing, he's wholly independent. Meaning he didn't need help from your hands. He didn't seek you to tell him how to make whatever he made. He's wholly independent of creation, and he's the Lord over it. I'm going somewhere. All that exists, even the cattle on 1,000 hills, all that exists, even the cattle that is on 1,000 hills, guess who it belonged to, y'all? It belongs to him. And you can find that in Psalms 50, verse number 10. Everything is his because he made the universe, in which continues to exist and through which plants, animals, people continue to propagate themselves. As creator, he established a stable order in which his creation flourishes. Wow, that's, man, are you really feeling this? Look, in the book of Jeremiah, again, I just want to snatch the head off the serpent immediately. In the book of Jeremiah, all right, I got to go grab this. The 5th chapter, verse number 22. Jeremiah 5:22. Look what it says. Fear ye not me, saith the Lord. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree? Perpetual means forever. Forever, ever, 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 ever. It's a non-ending decree that he told the sand, wow, placed it by the sea for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree that it cannot pass it. And though the waves toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it. Look, in other words, he's saying no matter how much noise the ocean make, no matter how violent the waves rise and seems like they are, I put a decree in you that you can't pass this sand. We going somewhere with this, y'all. I don't know if you feeling it or you sensing it or you even understand it. We dealing with some laws that were enacted in the beginning. A decree made, a perpetual decree. But you got these ignorant brethren that then got behind a pulpit, got a couple of scriptures up under their belt, and they're going around teaching against a perpetual decree. Proverbs 8:29, 27. Proverbs, the 8th chapter, 27. You're going to learn something today, I pray. I hope. My wish is, my prayer for Israel, that they might be saved. That's my prayer. That's my decree. That's what I'm hoping. Look what it says, 8:27. When he prepared the heavens, he say, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, the deep, Yahushua was saying, I was there. God is a spirit. They that worship him must worship him in spirit, in truth. In the beginning was the Word was God, the Word became flesh. Yahushua, the word of the Most High. He said, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep. Watch this part. When he gave to the sea his decree that the waters should not pass his commandment. Ain't that something? That the Father has commanded the waters, gave a command to the waters that it cannot pass this decree. You know, when he flooded the earth, he made a decree to mankind that he put a sign in the sky that he would never flood the earth again. And because of that rainbow, not the homosexual rainbow, but the rainbow that the Father instituted in creation when he flooded the earth, he put that in the sky to tell you he will never do it again, and he has kept his word. We going somewhere with this, y'all. I'm not feeling a topic, a title. You know, months ago, I taught on law-abiding citizen. You could say this is somewhat in the same vein of law-abiding citizen, but you got to understand law. That's the whole problem. You are bound by laws and decrees and don't even know it. Or some people telling you, no, you not. Verse 29 again, when he gave to the sea his decree that the water should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth, then I was by him. I'm not dealing with the Son so much being there, but he's the spoken word. That when the Father spoke, the Son hastened to perform all the services that were needed to be done. What I'm focusing in on is the decree that he gave, a commandment. What is a commandment? A divine rule. It's unlike me giving you a commandment of how you ought to govern yourself in my house. That's not divine. That's mine. But when it's divine, it is something that have came down from the Father of lights, and it is spiritual. And this is where the fallacy in the church teachings propagate against the spirit and the content in which the Father, he gave it. The same way when he took brother Moses. Well, let's go there. Exodus, the 20th chapter. Yeah, you can't have one without reading and understanding the other. These are the rules, the laws, the commandments that the Father gave the children of Israel when they just came out of Egypt. Now, that was a problem of them going into Egypt. Matter of fact, look, promo, this is a book. I don't know, can you see it? Go over there. Yeah. What do that say? Into Egypt again with ship. One of the books. From Babylon to Timbuktu. That's when they came out of captivity. Every time the children of Israel was ignorant, misbehaved, when they acted on the opposite side of who they were, yeah, the Jew, a Negro. I got books that help understand, books for your learning, but you gotta open the book up and read. You know, there was a saying that said, if you want to keep something hid from a black man, put it in a book. And most of us that go to church, we won't open up the book. We won't read the book. We won't study the book because there are books that have even been taken out of the Bible. This is called the Apocrypha. Books that were taken out of the Bible for a reason. In this book here, the books of Enoch, Jubilees, and Jasher, you could read in the book of, well, I guess I got to go there before Exodus, huh? What I want, Joshua, the 10th chapter, verse number 13. The sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Jasher? But most of you ain't never heard of the book of Jasher because it's not in your Bible. And again, that's because some man decreed that these books are not go into the Bible, so they didn't canonize them. But if you ever get the book of Jasher, if you ever get hold of the book of Jubilees, if you ever read the book of Enoch, you will find that there are decrees that the Father made that supersedes everything that's going on today. Again, there is false teaching that is sweeping the globe because we don't understand, because we won't take our time to read. Let's go. Exodus, the 20th chapter. Now, I'm going to read this real slow. Remember, a commandment is a divine rule. When the Father created the heavens and the earth, he gave divine rules to everything. He told the animals how to properly go and reproduce with animals. He made a decree to the seed that it should produce seed after its kind and after the kind after it. Thought I had my seeds sitting next to me, but I don't. I know they're up there. But anyway, he even told the trees how to reproduce seed after its kind. But man has cross-pollinated a whole lot of stuff that the Father didn't say cross-pollinate, the same way with certain animals. He didn't tell you to breed a lion with a tiger, and now you call it a ligra. Come on. He didn't say do that. Or you take a pit bull and hook it up with, I don't know what, a bull mastiff. He didn't say do that. Like you did the donkey. Which one? Is the donkey and the horse to make a mule, or the mule and the horse to make a donkey? He didn't tell you to cross do none of that. Man decreed upon himself. The Father gave a decree, and in the book of Enoch, you find out. I guess I just got to go there. Let me see. It should be on this phone. Enoch, let me see. There's an app that you can download on your phone. It's called the 1611 King James with Apocrypha. This is the Bible that the Catholic Church has, that has all the books of the Bible in it. Ain't that funny? I want to go to Enoch, the 5th chapter. What happened? Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Nope. Okay. See? What's going on, Enoch? Okay, this is Enoch, 6th chapter. All righty. It's not acting right on this phone. So let me grab, come on, work with me. That's just the enemy. Come on, stay there. Stay right there. Don't leave. Don't leave. Keep your mind focused. I want to show you this. I got to read this for you so you can understand why the book of Enoch was why they took it out. They took it out for a reason. There were some things explained in the book of Enoch that will that the works in the beginning of those days should reign. No, I think it's got to be the 8th chapter, 7th chapter. And when the angels, the sons of heaven, beheld them, they became enamored of them, saying to each other, come, let us select for ourselves wives from the progeny of men, and let us beget children. This is when the angels, according to, you could find this in Genesis, the 6th chapter, the angels fell in love with you sisters because of your hair. Because of your hair. It's something about your hair. That's why the Bible decreed that a woman head ought to be covered. That's in there for a reason. Her head ought to be covered. The reason it got to be covered is because the angels, man, they felt a type of way about y'all hair. The hair turned them on. And since the hair turned them on, they took of themselves wives and got you chicks pregnant. And you bear them children. Yeah, that's what the words say. The women likewise have brought forth giants. Thus the whole earth been filled with blood and iniquity. And now behold, the souls of those who are dead cry out and complain even to the gate of heaven. Their groaning ascends, nor can they escape from the unrighteousness which is committed on the earth. Thou knowest all things before they exist. Thou knowest these things and what has been done by them, yet thou dost not speak to us. What on account of these things ought we to do to them? Now, the Father gave the angels a decree that they wasn't supposed to mingle with the creation that he created. This is why the angels asked, what is man that thou art mindful of him, or the son of man that thou visited him? You made him lower than us, but you put him over all your creation. Sound like a little bit of jealousy, huh? Well, those angels that he's sitting down here to watch over the creation did more than just watch. They had sex, not only with the women. So now let's go to the book of Jubilees. Let's see what Jubilees. Again, these are books that were taken out of the Bible because they didn't want you to hear this information. When you hear it and understand it, wow. It says, what I want? 6. I'm in Jubilees 5. I want Jubilees 6th chapter. It says, boom, 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 any place for altar. No. Jubilees, Jasher. Jubilees 7. Boom, 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 boom. Houston, we are having a problem this morning. Never in my life. But you know what? Let's go straight to the book. Get it over with. I know how to kill that noise. Bear with me. Look what it says. We're in the book of Jubilees, the 5th chapter. And it came to pass when the children of men began to multiply on the face of the earth, daughters were born unto them, that the angels of God saw them on a certain year of the Jubilee. And they were beautiful to look upon, and they took themselves wives of all whom they chose, and they bare unto them sons, and they were giants. Wow. Now that's in the book of Genesis. Genesis, the 6th chapter. It says the same thing. But Jubilees is going to explain it a lot better than Genesis, the 6th chapter. Because Genesis, the 6th chapter, well, let's go read Genesis, the 6th chapter, and let's see how far Genesis, the 6th chapter. We going somewhere, y'all. I want y'all to hear. It's a decree that was made. Genesis 6:1. It says, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, Genesis 6:1, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man. Why? For that he is flesh. That he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. See, back then they was living 7, 8, 900 years. But when them angels start hooking up with the daughters and giants were being born, he say, oh, no, I can't let these cats live that long no more. Watch. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children of them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. And God saw the wickedness of man, and that it was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, the creeping thing, the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. Now, that's not a whole lot of information given on how he really felt because of what they were doing. Well, let's go see. The book of Jubilees is going to explain this a whole lot better. Again, that was in the book of Genesis, the 6th chapter. We in Jubilees, the 5th chapter. Verse number 2. Look what it say. Lawlessness increased on the earth, and all flesh corrupted its way, alike men and cattle, beasts and birds, every creeping thing that walketh on the earth, all of them corrupted their way. Watch. In their orders. Wow. And they began to devour each other, and lawlessness increased on the earth, and every imagination of the thoughts of all men was thus evil continually. Now you see, there's a big gap that Genesis left out that Jubilees explained. Did you catch that? It said man and beasts, cattle and birds, even the creeping and crawling things corrupted its order. What do that mean? Corrupted its order. Man's supposed to sleep with what? Man. The cattle with the what? The cattle. Birds with birds. But the angels came down and went against the order of Yah, God, the Creator, that they first defiled the woman. After defiling the woman, they said, oh, well, what the heck? We might as well run up in these men too. This is what started homosexuality. Not only did they go from that, after that, they began having sex with the animals. They introduced to the humans bestiality. Yeah, I know. Go back and think about it. When you were in school, I know when I was in school, we had a course called Greek mythology. And in all them different types of animals that they were explaining, I'm like, well, they didn't exist. Well, the unicorn is mentioned in the Bible, but we say the unicorn is what? A mythical creature, a creature that didn't exist. Well, the Bible also just said that giants were born in the earth. So if that were giants that were in the earth, and I got pictures all through my phone, and if you would like them, all you got to do, hey, hit me 209-808-8690. Again, 209-808-8690, and I will send these pictures of the giants. Oh yeah, the ones that been dug up. Oh, so you can see it for yourself. One thing about the Bible, it don't lie. But again, we dealing with the Father. He gave a decree to mankind. He gave a decree that man's supposed to be with what? Woman. Yeah, come on. Think about it. He ain't never said Adam and Steve. That ain't who he created. It was Adam and Eve. He didn't say Eve and Genevieve. He said Eve was supposed to be with who? Adam. Adam's supposed to be with who? Eve. Oh, but the angels came down and said, no, Adam, I want you with Steve, and Eve, I want you with Genevieve. And it didn't stop there. And then they had sex with the birds. Yeah, you know, the half bird man. Yeah, it was real. Then had the goat, I think you call him Pan. The dude had the goat body with the human torso. The same way with the, what is it, Minotaur, Centaur, the man with the human body, with the horse body. Then you had what's the one with the bull head, with the body of a man? These things existed, y'all. The Bible don't lie, but man does. It's a cover up. They've been trying to hide this information, so they teach you that, oh, the law is done away. So now here we caught up. Here we come now with the children of Israel, who were the chosen people. Where is that at? Is that Romans, First Timothy? I think that's First Corinthians. Yeah. Okay, I gotta skip a little bit, y'all. I want First Corinthians 1, I think 1:29. Shoot. Nope. Oh, but nope, I don't want that. That's not even. I got the wrong one. First Corinthians 5. I'm sorry. Bear with me, y'all. I'm going in the spirit, flowing with the spirit, but something changed, and I gotta hit this point. Just a minute. Uh-oh. I gotta answer this door. Forgive me. 1 second. Hallelujah. All right. I can bring the money later. Oh, okay. Thank you. Apologize for the delay. Was not expecting someone to ring the doorbell, but they did. Anywho, I apologize. I'm back. Father, forgive me. Look, the Father told us that he said, I didn't choose you because you were the greatest in the earth. He said, I didn't choose you. And matter of fact, you were the least. You wasn't even the strongest. You wasn't even the best set of people. But guess what? He said, I didn't choose you because you outnumbered everybody. That's Deuteronomy 7:7. He chose us. He chose us because we were the least out of all the people in the earth. This is how he chose the children of Israel. He say, the Lord did not set his affection on you and choose you because you were numerous than other people, for you were the fewest of all people. So he makes a decree with Abraham, and he tells Abraham, Abraham, if you walk like this, if you live like I want you to live, I'm going to set all the people on the earth, man, you going to be blessed. Everyone that bless you, I'm going to take care of. Abraham lived it. Then came Isaac. He said, Isaac, if you walk like your father before me, if you live like your father before me, I'm going to bless you. Isaac does. Then he comes along. Here come brother Jacob. Jacob, your father and your father's father lived a life before me. I made a degree with them, and I'm in covenant agreement with them that if you continue to live like I want you to live, like I need you to live, if you walk according to my law, statutes, and my commandments, look here. Everything that you set your hands to do on this earth will be blessed. But now look here. The children of Israel is a stiff-necked people. They were hard-headed. And oftentimes when you looked around, they went into captivity, Assyrian captivity, Babylonian captivity. They went into the Grecian captivity, Roman captivity. Every time you looked up the Persian captivity, somebody was coming and enslaving them. And Jeremiah say, look, man, did you just make us just to serve other people, to be enslaved? No, it was something about the way we think, the way we comprehend. So even coming out of bondage from Egyptian captivity, look what happens. In the book of Exodus, I'm on Exodus, the 20th chapter, first verse. It say, and God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Now, this is when they just came out of captivity. Again, a commandment is a spiritual law, a spiritual decree. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Now, why did he say Gods? Because they just came out of Egypt. And everything in Egypt was a god. They had all kind of gods up in Egypt. But here, the Most High is saying, I am the numero uno. There ain't no other. I'm King of kings, Lord of lords. There is none that can deliver out of my hand. Here's the proof. Poof, pow, be gone out of Egypt. And he sits them down under Horeb. And he begins to give Moshe, some rules, some statutes and commandments, spiritual rules. The same spiritual rules that he gave to Adam in creation. That Adam, if you abide by these, you're going to be all right. But the day you go against it, sin enters into your heart, causes you to be separated from me. Well, these same spiritual rules, laws, he's given to all the children of Israel coming out of Egypt. Thou shalt have no other God. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath. Thou shalt not bow thyself down to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of what? Them that hate me. When you don't keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, you don't love him. Why you think Yahushua, Jesus said, if you love me, keep my commandment. A commandment is a divine, not natural. It's a divine, not fleshly. Something divine. The commandment is divine, holy, set apart, different, spiritual, not natural. But we received it thinking naturally, not spiritually. These commandments that he gave to Moses, written by his own finger, they were spiritual. But you can't understand it. You can't perceive it because you received it naturally. That's why in the book of Corinthians, it tells you that the natural-minded man receiveth not the things of God because they are foolishness to him. They're spiritually discerned. But the children of Israel came out of Egypt full of them Egyptian gods and overlords. So they wasn't able to process through the seeing eye, the spirit behind what is written. So immediately after Moshe go up to get the commandments, they like, hey, we don't know where Moses at. We're used to partying with them other gods, so let's build us a golden calf. This will be our God. He brought us out. Wow. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord would not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Commandment number 4 is remember today, the Sabbath day. Now, this is established in creation. This is why we have such an argument with people that are ignorant or don't understand or don't study or don't read, can't comprehend the spiritual law given. Again, it's established in creation. Everything the Father wanted and did was established in creation. Nothing about what he established was meant to ever change. His decree for the fruit, for the vegetables, for the reproduction of the birds, the fowls of the air, the fish in the sea, the cattle in the earth, and mankind has not changed. But yet we want to say his law did. The law that he says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. The law that he decreed, he rested on the seventh day. That law that man has decreed that he says now, it don't make a difference what day you worship. You could go to church any day or any time. Sunday is okay. Well, number 4, it ain't never changed, y'all. And it won't change. Because in the book of Isaiah, it tells us, and we shall worship from one Sabbath to the next. And the Sabbath is not Sunday. But let's go on and get back into the teaching, right? Yeah. Leviticus, the 26th chapter. Look at Leviticus. Leviticus to me is an extension of Exodus, Deuteronomy. But there's some morsels up in here. It say, you shall make no idols, nor graven image, neither nor you up a standing image, neither shall you set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it, For I'm the Lord your God. So you telling me God is going to do away with this? What kind of God is we serving? You telling me he say we ain't got to obey no more of his laws, no more of his statutes, none of his commandments. So you can make you a clay god, a bronze god, a god of gold, and erect it and bow down to it. And he's saying, don't. Again, these laws are spiritual. Spiritual laws don't change, y'all. These do not change. I'm going to get there where I'm going. He said, you shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. If you walk, listen to what he say. If you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, watch what he say, y'all. Then I will give you rain in due season. The land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit. And your threshing shall reach unto the vintage, and the vintage shall reach unto the sowing time, and ye shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely. Look, as long as the children of Israel did this, they remain safe. When they start disobeying, then the enemies start riding in on them, taking their stuff, and then put us in captivity. 7, and ye shall chase your enemies, they shall fall before you by the sword. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. And your enemies shall fall before you by the sword. For I will have respect unto you, make you fruitful, multiply you, establish my covenant with you. Ye shall eat old store, bring forth the old because of the new, and I will set my tabernacle among you. My soul shall not abhor you. I will walk among you and will be your God, and ye shall be my people. This is a decree that, somebody had to do again. Hold on, pause, y'all. Who is it? Bad timing. What's up? Oh, man. You gotta have him right now? I can do it in 20 minutes. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all, again. So he says, I will be your God, and you shall be my people. Man, are y'all really understanding what the Father is saying? That's in the book of Leviticus. He's saying as long as you walking right, regardless to if you ever stop living, you still mine. You my jewel. You belong to me. This is a decree that I made with Abraham. Abraham lived before me correctly, Isaac, and so did Jacob. And because I made a oath with them, I can't go against it, regardless to the length of time that you in the earth. So what he's trying to do, get our attention to return back to him. But you got these pastors, these preachers, these teachers telling you you could worship any day. You could go to church on any day. Well, I'd rather do what the word say. Look, I got to skip down for the sake of conserving some time. Deuteronomy. Look, let's go quickly. Deuteronomy. I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over today, y'all. Deuteronomy. Normally I'm trying to quit by this time, but I can't. Father say not so. Deuteronomy 4. Got to go to verse 39 and 40. Look what this say. He say, know therefore this day, and consider it in your heart, that the Lord, he is God in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath, there is none else. Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes in his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which the Lord thy God giveth thee forever. He's trying to tell y'all something. Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. I would love to read all 68 of these verses, but I just want to read verse 68. No, I'm going to read verse 1 and tell you what it say. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Verse 3 through 13 start telling you all the blessings. Verse 14 say, and thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. Verse 15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord your God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee, overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, cursed shall you be in the field. Now, them curses go all the way down to verse number 68. Verse 15, all the way to verse number 68. When you get time, read Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, because verse 68 is what got us here. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spoke unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. This is how we have arrived in what we call the Americas. There are books to prove that we are the true Jew. We are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It is expressed even through the Apocrypha of our true identity. You can find it in this book of Enoch, Jubilees, and Jasher. The truth is out there when you study. To show thyself approved unto Yah, the Ancient Black Hebrews, Volume 2. There's also Volume 1. Got to get them both. Help yourself out. Bless yourself. For you that celebrate Christmas, buy yourself these books. Come on. Come on, man. Help yourself. Bless yourself. Quit checking and wrecking yourself. Look what this say. This is what we just read. Into Egypt again with ships. This book is such a blessing. Chapter 5 is one of my favorites because it tells you, let me go to chapter 5 right quick so I can give you a prelude. You got to get this, man. You got to buy books that help you. The blasphemy of them that say they are Jews do lie. This is what chapter 5 opens up. Now, you wouldn't understand that because you don't research, you don't study. In the book of Revelation, it tells you how you can't stand those that say that they are Jews and are not. This book, From Babylon to Timbuktu, Dr. Windsor, you got to get this book. And man, if you get any book, you got to have this one. Arthur Kessler, the 13th tribe. Now, we know there is no mention of a 13th tribe nowhere in the Bible, right? So I wonder how in the world did we arrive to the 13th tribe? What is in dispute is the fate of the Jewish Khazars after the destruction of their empire. Wow, the Khazars. These are the dudes that are over in Israel right now that be at that wall doing this one right here. Wow. It says, thus in the, what is that, 1973 edition of the Encyclopedia Judaica, the articles Khazar is designed by Dunlap, but there's a separate section dealing with the Khazar Jews after the fall of the kingdom, signed by the editors and written with the obvious intent to avoid upsetting believers in the dogma of the chosen race. The Turkish-speaking Karaites, a fundamental Jewish sect of the Crimea, Poland, and elsewhere, have affirmed a connection with the Khazars, which is perhaps confirmed by evidence from folklore and anthropology as well as language. There seems to be a considerable amount of evidence attesting to the continued presence in Europe of descendants of the Khazars. How important is quantitative terms? Is that presence of the Caucasian sons of Japheth in the tents of Shem, one of the most radical propounders of the hypotheses concerning the Khazar's origin of Jewry, is the professor of medieval Jewish history at Tel Aviv. In other words, they're telling you that the Khazars, who are not Jewish at all, are Jewish converts because you don't have a clue as to who you are. And as we begin to get ready to close, I want to go to Romans 7 chapter. Again, you know, I was impressed upon my heart. Romans, what is it? I want 7th chapter, verse number 12. Let's see what it says. Wherefore the law is holy, the commandment holy, and just and good. Was then that which is good made death unto me? God forbid. But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceeding sinful. For we know that the law, look at this, listen, this is Paul. This is where a lot of them like to run to. Paul said, oh, we ain't got to keep. Paul is telling you, for we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that I do. Paul is telling you that the law is spiritual. Again, the Father made a decree in creation telling what can do what can't do what can't go where. He decreed this, told Adam what to do, what not to do. Then the children of Israel coming out of Egypt, he gave them some laws, spiritual. And now we come to 1 Timothy, to where the problem with some people's comprehension happens. Paul instructed Timothy. And Timothy wrote this, 1 Timothy 1:9. He said, knowing this, hear this real clear, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and for sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers, murderers of mothers, manslayers, whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for men stealers, for liars, for perjured persons, and if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine. Look, those are part of the commandments. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet nothing that your neighbor got. Honor your father and your mother. And if you did that, you would not be a whoremonger. You wouldn't defile yourself with mankind. You wouldn't be a man stealer. You wouldn't lie. You wouldn't be a perjured person or any other thing. Again, the law is spiritual, not done away with. Now, how crazy do this sound? You'd rather say the laws of the Father, they're done away with, but guess what? You operating a vehicle, and I guarantee you, you ain't leaving home without your what? License. Why? It's a law. What? Get out of here. A law what? That you ain't supposed to operate a vehicle if you ain't got your license. Now, if you did understand the sovereign law of this nation, that you actually could operate, but by you not knowing the law, nor what codes to quote to the police when they stop you over, nor do you understand the sovereignty that you have, therefore, you better come up with that work. If not, they gonna take your car and give you a ticket for not having your license. You gonna obey them. But you telling me the one who created man and put him in, oh wow. Man, he say he have, oh wow. Obey them that have, oh come on, y'all. We reaching too far for some stupid stuff. Now, let's go to Matthew. Matthew 5. Yeah, today is a little lengthy. Had to get a whole lot of stuff out. Matthew 5:17, right? Look what it say. Think not that I am come to destroy the law of the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but fulfill. Oh, wow. Who is that talking? I don't know if you can see that. That's red writing. That's that red. In red, that's Yahushua, Jesus. And he said, what? Think not that I come to what? Destroy the law. If he didn't come to destroy the law, why are you going around saying we ain't got to keep it? You keep it spiritually. It's spiritually discerned. Spiritually. When you have the spirit of the Most High, the Rauk, living down on the inside of you, you don't have to purposely write them in your mind and, oh, look, I got to put a fringe on to remind me I ain't supposed to commit a sin. No. Spiritually, you're reminded already what? Not to steal, not to kill. When you face with a lie, you know not to tell a lie. Spiritual laws. He said, I didn't come to destroy the law. I fulfilled it. Folks don't understand that. But look, verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. Whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, is in danger of what? Hellfire. Wow. Let's go to Matthew 22. Verse 23. Wow, we almost done. The same day came to him the Sadducees, talking about Yeshua, Jesus, which say that there is no resurrection, and asked him, saying, Master, Moses said, if a man die having no children, his brother shall marry his wife, raise up seed unto his brother. Now, there were with us 7 brethren. And the first, when he had married a wife deceased, and having no issue, left his wife unto his brother. Likewise, the second also, and the third unto the 7th. And last of all, the woman died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife shall she be of the 7? For they all had her. Yahushua answered, Jesus, and said unto them, Ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of Yah. For in the resurrection they neither marry, nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. For in the resurrection they neither marry, nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have ye not read that which was spoken unto you by God, saying, I am the God of Abraham, and God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. And when the multitude heard this, here we come, they were astonished at his doctrine. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, Then one of them, which was a lawyer. Then one of them, which was a lawyer. Who is a lawyer? Somebody that studied law. Oh, a lawyer asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Which is the great commandment in the law? Which is the great commandment in the law? Yahushua, Jesus, said unto them, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. Love the Lord thy God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind. Why? If you love the Lord your God, you ain't going to have no other God beside him. You ain't going to make unto thee no graven image. You won't blaspheme his name. And you will keep the Sabbath. Oh, wait. This is the first great commandment. And the second one is like this. Love your neighbor as yourself. If you love your neighbor as yourself, you won't steal, you won't kill, you won't lie, you won't bear false witness, you won't covet nothing that he got, and you will honor your father and your mother. So do it sound like them commandments is done away with? He said, I didn't come to destroy them. I came to fulfill them. He say, on these two commandments hang what? All the law and the prophets. Oh, my beloved, look here. We're going to have to come back together again on the next Shabbat if Yahuwah, our Elohim, say the same. Man, it has been a pleasure for me to sit down and break bread with you. Again, if you have any questions, if there are a topic that you would like to hear, that you would like to teach on, guess what? All you got to do is contact the Watchman, 209-808-8690. Peace and blessings. Shalom.